Hi, everyone. We're going to wait a minute or so for folks to join us. For now, feel free to share your name, your role, and where you're joining us from in the chat box. We'd love to know who's with us today. Hi, Julie. Hi, Ritz, Simone, Chris, Nick, Emma. I don't think I'll be able to keep up with everyone, but I'm so happy you're all here. We're all so happy that you're all here. Amazing. So welcome to today's webinar, From Feedback to Features, the AroFlo 2025 Live Product Showcase. We're really excited to have you join us. A few quick housekeeping notes before we get started. First, we will send you the recording. We are recording it and the webinar, and we'll send you the replay in case you miss anything, want to revisit anything, or even want to share it with a colleague. Also, today's session will run about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on your questions during the Q&A. And then speaking of those, please feel free to drop your questions into the chat or the question area at any time. We have a bunch of great folks here from AroFlo to help answer your questions throughout the webinar, but also we will, like I said, have a Q&A at the end, and we'd love to hear from you. Another thing is that if you stay till the end, you will be entered into a raffle for a prize. So that's pretty exciting. So make sure you stick around for that. All right, how about we get going here? I'm Emily. I'm from the growth marketing team here at AroFlo. And I have Julie Apidopoulos, Director of Product Management for AroFlo, with me today. And Julie leads the product team here. And I'm really glad to have you here, Julie, as well as all of our colleagues. Did you want to share a little bit about yourself before we dive in?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks everyone for coming along today. My name's Julie. I've been with AroFlo for over 10 years. I originally started in the training and support area before moving over to sales. I spent a few years as sales manager before moving across to create a brand new product team during COVID. So I guess also joining me from the product team, and you can see that on the screen. I think we're calling you anonymous too, James, but James Whitworth, who has been with AroFlo for over 7 years. The first 4 of those years, James was a senior trainer. So he's a great asset to our team because he's brought across extensive customer service experience. And he makes sure the voice of the customer is explained to our developers as well. We also have Amit from the customer success team, and he's got extensive experience in customer success, sales, account management across various companies. And we also welcome Dylan, who's one of our customer success managers at AroFlo. He's almost been here a year. And Dylan is great. He focuses on partnering with our clients to ensure they get the most value from our platform. And I'm sure some of you have spoke to him. He drives the long-term success and strong product adoption. But I'm really lucky. We've got such a great team at AroFlo that I also have Pete and Ben from the product team and Michael and Kieran from our sales team to help answer any of the questions we might have today. Cool. We'll just move the slides if possible. Perfect. Thank you. So today we're going to go through how the product team determines all the roadmap items that we're going to develop for AroFlo. And we'll show you how you can get visibility into what we're working on, and more importantly, how you can directly impact the roadmap. I will dive into what happens once that idea gets submitted and hopefully give you an overview into how the suggestions are analyzed. We'll go through some recently released features, and we'll also give you a look ahead into what's been developed. As you can imagine, AI features, it's influencing the product. So we'll be going through some of the AI features as well, ones that we've recently released and ones that we're currently working on. Cool. So let's have a look at the first part, which is how you can get visibility into what we're developing. So the central tool that we use for this is called Product Board. This software has enabled us to create a product portal for you inside AroFlo. So this portal is designed to give you an overview of what we're working on, what we're about to work on, and really enable you to give us direct feedback about those roadmap items, but also suggest your own ideas as well. Cool. If you haven't done so already, please access the portal directly within your AroFlo. So you just head to the help menu in the top right-hand corner of AroFlo and you select the product portal. So note this is available in both the Office and the Field interface. And once you land here, you'll see an overview of our roadmap. And the features are all grouped into their statuses. So that's the sections at the top of the screen. And we're going to go through what these sections mean in a second. But note that the portal is constantly updating as features move between each of the areas. So it's really worthwhile jumping in here and taking a look at what has been moved or what has been added. Now let's break down what each of these features mean to you. So under consideration, we're currently gathering feedback or researching this idea. This is our discovery phase. So please note it might mean that the feature may or may not make it onto our product. Planned, that means we've conducted research and we've scoped out the feature and it's pretty much ready to start. But other priorities may push it back. So there's no commitment to start work on any of the features that are listed in the plan section. In progress, good news. This means that our teams have actually started working on the feature and will often provide an estimated release date on this card. Beta or beta, however you want to call it, this feature is either developed or it's almost finished. You can take a look, you can give it a try. Sometimes this feature is open to select clients via an invite. Other times it's open to all via a beta tag to allow you to provide feedback. Later on, we're going to show you how you can be involved in that invite-only beta program. And released, the feature is live and it's available for all to use within AroFlo. So the portal also allows you to get extra information about our features. So you click on any of the cards in any of the categories and we'll provide a summary of the feature, including what it might cover, perhaps some visuals. And when items are released, you'll be also given access to the help docs or any help videos that we might have created for you. From this card, you can also give us your thoughts. Let us know extra information you might have or insights about this feature. What do you want it to solve? What do you expect it to do? There's a section at the very bottom as well where you can rank how important this is to you. Is it absolutely critical or is it more a nice to have? So this information is what we use to help prioritize some of the discovery items. When you submit feedback, we call it a vote. You're essentially subscribing to updates as it moves through those development stages. So for example, during discovery, we might reach out via the portal and send you a customer survey or even request an interview to get some deeper insight. When work commences, we'll let you know and potentially include an estimated release date. You'll also get a sneak peek at that invite-only beta, and of course, you'll be notified when it's released. So I highly recommend clicking on the features that you're interested in and providing that additional information. And don't forget, I can hear some little dings going away, so ask some questions at any time for our team as well. Look, so far we're focused on what's already on the roadmap and we'll dig into those a little bit later. But what if you have other ideas? Well, we want to hear from you. So inside the portal, you can use the green Submit Idea button in the top right-hand corner of the screen to provide that direct feedback into what you want to see inside AroFlo. So in order to make sure we understand your suggestion, we need as much information as possible. So try to focus on what the problem is that you need to solve, What are some specific use cases that you're having? We'd also love to hear of any workarounds you currently use to overcome this problem. The more information you give us, the better. We really do love getting your feedback, and we do want to know if there's a way that we can help. And look, we receive hundreds of insights each month, and sometimes your suggestions are already live. We love that. You just may not be aware of it. So often it could even be quick wins, like adding a new report field or a layout data field. So please make sure you jump onto the portal and let us know what you're after. Cool. So what happens once you submit an idea? You might think it falls into a black hole, especially because at this stage, it doesn't email you. But honestly, your request has been entered, and our product team analyzes every single request that comes in via the portal. And we only have limited resources, even though we love seeing your ideas. So we have to objectively assess them all. So the first thing that we do is we read and understand the idea. That's why I said the more information we have from you, the better. With the help of AI, we then categorize, prioritize them against different product areas. For example, asset management or report fields. The next thing we do is objectively analyze the idea, look at usage metrics, conversion data, speak to the other teams like sales, training, support, CSMs. And we also factor in our product knowledge, which includes our product vision, any technological limitations, and even the market positioning. So we hope that this entire process means that we select features that are on measurable impact, not just the volume of requests that we receive. Now that we've shown you how you can see what's on our roadmap and how you can help shape it, let's take a look at what our teams have been working on. Don't forget, at any time you can jump into the portal to view this under in progress or the release section. And as I mentioned, our teams are online to answer any questions you might have while I'm presenting. We'll start with one of our major updates for our clients who use projects. So that's project budgets. So when you're dealing with large scale projects, managing costs is really important. So we've added budgets into our project space. So now you can add a budgeted amount per project or set different amounts per stage, or even assign a budgeted amount at the job level. So this budget can either be costs or it could be labor hours or both. So you can see that this enhancement will easily let you compare actuals against your budget. This shows how the budget has a clear color-coded comparison of your actual versus your budgeted hours and costs. You can easily see where you're tracking and where you may need to focus. It looks like I've gone over my budgeted hours for the fit-off stage. Look, it's easy to create. Just add a budget using your quote or start from scratch and enter in your amounts. But also note in the top right-hand corner there, we've got a budget history, which shows you who made the changes to the budget and when. Remaining in the project space, we've also made some improvements to the retentions area. So you now have greater flexibility inside retentions. You can now edit the retention amount, you can apply it to variations, and even receive a reminder when it's time to raise their retention invoice. Or perhaps you've got some of those complex clients and contracts with different retention amounts for different values. So now we have the ability to apply a sliding scale retention. So that essentially means you can set up tiered retention calculations. But let's take a look. So you can see on the left-hand side, you have the options to recalculate your retention and include any variations. On the right, you can see how simple it is to set up how you want to calculate these retentions as a flat or potentially a sliding scale. In this case, we want a sliding scale, 10% for the first 200,000 and then 5% after that until you hit the next amount and so on. Cool. As mentioned earlier, AI is set to play a crucial role in all businesses, and you'll see an introduction of AroFlo features utilizing AI And our inaugural first AI-powered feature is the AI bill scanner. So with our AI bill scanner, you can now import your supplier bills either via drag and drop or a unified email address. And the scanner will use AI to auto match each bill to its corresponding purchase order. So this saves admin time and reduces the manual data entry. To manage this whole process, we've created a new area in bills called bill imports. And this is an area where you can directly upload those bills, or you could view all the emailed invoices that need your attention. So you can see here that one of the bills requires verification. This simply means that the supplier has not been used before. So the bill scanner just wants to confirm it's mapped the invoice correctly. The remaining three have a bit of an issue where the scanner couldn't automatically match the PO number listed on the invoice to any of them inside AroFlo. Not a problem. Simply select the correct PO, or you can just create a new one from scratch and you're good to go. So we've also added this functionality to work orders. For work orders, you just upload the contractor invoice directly against the bill and let the AI do its work for you. Now let's turn our attention onto some features that are designed to help you get paid faster and automate your workflow. We have released automated deposit invoicing. This means it automatically creates an invoice upon the quote being accepted. So you can automate this to be either a percentage of the quote or a fixed dollar amount. You can also set this at different job types or individually on each quote. So for example, I can set all my residential hot water installs to generate a 20% deposit invoice, or I could say on my solar installs, I want a $200 deposit. So no more waiting for the office to generate an invoice after a quote has been accepted. Instead, your clients can receive the invoice immediately upon accepting the quote, and they can pay it there. So let's take a look. You can see the online quote, once accepted, prompts the customer to pay a deposit invoice. Not only that, but you can see on the right-hand side that we can automate the job status. I'm automating the status so that all accepted quotes that require a deposit are set to not started and waiting on deposit. Once the payment is received, the sub-status changes to payment received. So this enables on the task list, you've got a clear visual of where everything stands. And if you sort of combine this with our event messages, you'll significantly reduce the admin time and make sure you get paid faster. Staying within the quotes, another thing we've done is an enhancement to our online quotes. Now your customers can view and select the optional items on their online quotes. You know, as an example, you can send your client a hot water installation quote. You can have a few different models for them to select. You could add various brochures to the documents area, and you could show them the different prices. And instead of having to contact the office, the clients at the time of viewing the quote can select the items they want at the time of accepting. So this will streamline the entire process for you. And if you have a look here, you can see the optional items are clearly separated. Clients can review them, easily select the one or ones that they want, and it can make the approval process significantly faster. So combine that with the previous feature we showed you about automatically creating generated invoices, and you'll cut down admin and improve your cash flow. Let's take a look at increasing transparency inside AroFlo. So we've had a lot of clients that are requesting having better visibility into what has been done on a job. So to get this beforehand, you had to run numerous reports, but now you can have an activity log inside your AroFlo. So inside a task, we can see the activity log showing the task activity. Who changed the status from not started to in progress? Who confirmed the job? I mean, in both cases, it was me in this example. But we're also finalizing development work on adding scheduling activity to this log. So that will give us some insight into the changes to the technician schedules as well. Cool, there's a lot of info on this slide, but it's actually really important. So we're now moving on to our comprehensive asset management and periodics area. We know how strong our periodics are, so we've been working on some improvements in the asset management space. So just recently, we added the ability to set a task type within your variable service templates. What does this mean? In case you've not used them before, VSTs are used for when your routine maintenance jobs are not the same. So for example, you might normally do a monthly inspection, but once a year, you need to undertake a more detailed inspection. So now you can set different task types for different visits. As shown here, my September visit is a quarterly inspection, whilst my October and November are monthly, and December I do an annual check. And how does this help? Well, apart from bringing in the relevant task type info, you can combine this with our task asset fields. So let's take a look. Task asset fields, if you haven't used them before, are essentially mini forms built right into the asset record on each job. These fields are dynamic. They allow you to specify particular questions or fields that are only relevant for a certain asset type and a task type, or both. This means a technician will no longer see a massive generic checklist. Instead, they will only see the required fields for that visit. In this example that I've got on the screen there, we have 7 fields for my technician to fill in for the monthly inspection. When the quarterly service comes around, there'll be 12 questions to fill in, whilst the annual inspection has a whole suite of additional, more detailed fields. You can then send your customer a detailed service report showing them only the relevant fields for that particular visit. Later on, I'm going to chat about another feature we're working on, which displays the last known asset reading. Bit of a spoiler there. Cool. Now we've gone through some of the recently released features. We'll move on to what is currently in beta. We have our first phase of an offline mode for our app. We're rolling this feature out in stages because we don't want to impact the stability of our app for the rest of our users. So in this initial phase, the field staff have the ability to view essential task information such as job notes, documents and photos, etc., while offline. They can also then record job notes to upload back to the task when they return to coverage. Here's a look at it. You can see that the key job details remain even when the device is offline. You can view the relevant docs and photos attached to the job. We can read notes. We can add notes offline, all that sort of functionality. Looking ahead, the next phase will expand this capability to include labor, materials, expenses. So if offline is important to you, make sure you provide that feedback via the portal. As soon as a feature starts development, we move that card in the portal to the in progress section. As mentioned earlier, we also provide an estimated release date and send you an update if you voted on this feature. So let's have a look at what our teams are currently working on. First up is our compliance form builder, where we're leveraging AI to make form creation simple. So it's pretty straightforward. You drag an existing form directly into the builder. AI will map all the fields into a compliance form, helping you create new forms or update existing ones faster. Our forms have always been really powerful, but if you've ever tried to build a form inside AroFlo, you know the hardest part is trying to work out how you add rows, add columns. Once you work that out, you've just tried to work out what kind of field am I going to use. It's a little bit overwhelming, time consuming, even for really experienced users. But with this new form builder, you'll have the ability to drag and drop your existing forms directly into the builder, ready for AI to do its work. You can suggest changes and then you're really good to go. This one's due to move to beta shortly, so keep an eye out on this portal in case you want some access to that as well. Following on from the builder, we're also working on making customization of your layouts inside AroFlo easier. So the new layout editor will allow you to quickly edit and customize your layouts across AroFlo. And you can see there the difference between the new and the old. It's definitely a newer, cleaner interface, making it easier to know what you can do. Staying in the AI space, successful businesses rely on business intelligence, and that's why we're developing Smart Insights. This feature will offer you advanced analytics. You'll be able to track performance metrics, KPIs in real time, and you'll be able to analyze that data to make faster, better business decisions. Jumping into a very high use area of AroFlo is the task list. So soon you'll be able to customize your task list to display exactly what you need. You could select the columns you want to show, potentially hide. You could add multiple filters. You can save multiple views and easily sort that data for enhanced visibility. We're bringing AI into our app as well. We want to make it easier for our technicians to record job information. So we're working on a feature that allows technicians to quickly and accurately record labor, ad hoc materials, expenses, input some notes using either voice or text commands. So, imagine saying add 2 hours of labor, or I used a 250 millimeter exhaust fan, and AI will add that information directly into the job. Staying with AI, we're also adding a rewrite assistant to the office and the app. No need to use ChatGPT. Stay inside AroFlo, utilize AI to help you write your emails, your quotes, your invoice descriptions, maybe help generate task notes, all within the system. And I hinted at this earlier, but we heard your feedback. Having the last known status of an asset visible on all related tasks is really critical. So we have developed an option to display the last checked value of an asset. So this enhancement, when it goes live, will allow your technicians to quickly see if an asset passed or failed its most recent inspection. And it will enable you to run reports showing all the current defective assets as well. I need to take a breath, but lastly, this is the feature that will be a huge time saver. We're working on the ability to duplicate tasks. So this will allow you to quickly replicate an existing task, reduce the setup time for similar or that sort of repeat type work as well. Now, I know we've gone through a lot of features today, and it's only 2025. Imagine what we've got to come in 2026. Please don't forget, we also release lots of smaller enhancements. Like I mentioned, it might be new report fields or, adding the ability to merge locations. So not every item we work on is listed on the portal, but you can view these at any time in the update section of our help menu. You simply click on the help menu, AroFlo updates, or you could jump into our help docs and look at our detailed release notes. Thank you guys for your time today. I hope this has given you a bit of a crash course into our product processes, and we really do look forward to seeing your insights come in. I think, Emily, we might have some time to jump into some questions. James, do you have any that you want us to go through?
Hi Julie. Great presentation. We're just wondering, how do clients sign up for beta again? You mentioned that at the start of the presentation.
Yeah, cool. So if you go into the portal via the help menu and then clicking on product portal, if there's any of those features that you like or want to have a beta access to, then just click onto the card itself and provide some feedback. Just say, hey, I'd like to get beta, or give us some more information about that product. And once you submit that, then that gets you on that list, and we'll give you updates and send you those links to the beta. Cool. Is there any other ones, James, or have you guys been busy answering the questions as you've gone along?
Yeah, we certainly tried to answer all the questions, but there is a question, how do I send through an idea through the product portal? I think maybe the last slide, probably go back one and show that potentially.
Cool. Thanks, Emily. I think it's, yep, perfect. So if you in your AroFlo, either from the office or the field, you click on the top right-hand corner to the help menu and you jump into the product portal. At the top section of the product portal is a bright green submit idea. And if you click on that, then that will come into us and we will review it. And I think Emily's given you some really good links there to the Aro posts, that mailing list, and the release notes, which are really detailed. They'll also give you the help docs and some visuals to help you with all the features that we're releasing.
We do have a few more questions. One of them is there an update soon on adding more than one quote on a task, which I suspect might be a bit of quote versioning. I don't know if you want to mention that one at all.
Yeah, so you'll notice on the portal there is quote versioning. I think Ben, who's on this call, is currently in the discovery stage of that. I think he's reached out to some people to get some feedback. And that's where, you know, you can send your client different versions of a quote and be able to go back to old versions as well. So hopefully that's what clients are after. Cool.
Well, if we didn't get to your question, I think we'll make sure to follow up with you after. Oh, do we have another question? No. Okay.
So it looks like most of them are answered at the moment. There is a question about the new version of the API. We might need to pop up a portal card for that one potentially to get some dates for that one, but I think everything's just about been answered from what I can see.
Great. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Julie, did you want to talk at all about this Refer a Mate program?
I think that might be
before we go?
Amit. Available, Amit?
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically for obviously our existing customers. If you have someone who would like to get onto AroFlo, so just let us know and you get a chance to get $500, which is the program that we have. So yeah, please go ahead with that if you would like to you know, have your friends or someone who'd like to join AroFlo. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Julie, and to the whole team. Julie, I'll let you have the last word before we go.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you guys. And I know the product team have been on this call. We really do look forward to reading all of your insights and your ideas of what we've got on the roadmap, but also the ideas that you have. So please keep sending them through, reach out. You have the great support by the support team, Dylan and Amit, who are there to really sort of help you as well. So do reach out. And thanks for your time today.